Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Verified. So now this is the long awaited videos. The videos that I had promised you on the different types of documents and their colors which are issued after a DV interview. So there are three possibilities, as I had earlier discussed with you, of the outcomes of the visa interview. The first one is the visa approval. If your visa is approved, that is one, and you're given a specific document. Normally it is green in color, and it will say that your visa has been approved. The second one is being put under visa refusal, the 221G, and by so doing, you undergo the process administrative processing. And under this refusal, we have roughly 4 documents and with different colors that are issued. And the third one is the visa refusal, meaning that you have not been successful and you cannot be issued with a visa because the embassy or the consulate has found some good reasons. Those 3 outcomes of the DV lottery interview. And in this video, we are dealing with these different types of documents, the different colors. We began with the green one after the visa approval, and now today I begin on the 4 colors of the 221 refusal. But before that, let's see the difference between the 221G visa refusal and the administrative processing. Is there a difference between the two? With me is this document here, and the title is "What is the difference between 221G refusal and the administrative processing?" And we go through it. Administrative processing and 221G visa refusal are related, but they are not the same thing. The two terms, they are used together, but they don't mean the same thing. So what is administrative processing? The administrative processing refers to the additional checks or reviews that a visa application undergoes after the initial interview by the consular officer if need be. After the interview, and the consular officer or the consulate find some reason of doing further reviews, further check on the information you have provided, then that is what we call administrative processing. That process of reviewing or checking or doing further checking, that process is the administrative processing. And says this can involve further background checks, additional documentation or information requests, or need a further review of the application by the embassy or consulate. On the other hand, the 221G visa refusal is the specific type that indicates the need for the further administrative processing or review. So for the 221G visa refusal, this is not a permanent refusal. It simply implies that you have some specific areas that need to be checked, and it will be specific. It will tell you you are put on hold because of this reason. Provide such and such a document to counter this reason for us to approve your visa, or for us to see whether we can approve your visa. So 221G is specific type of refusal. So when the specific type of refusal emerges, then you are put on administrative processing, meaning further review because of that reason of refusal. And then it continues to say, this can happen when the consular officer needs more information or documentation to make a decision, or if additional background checks or review is needed. In other words, administrative processing is a broader term that encompasses any additional checks or review that a visa application undergoes, while the 221 visa refusal is a specific type of refusal, indicating the need for that administrative processing. It is important to note that administrative processing can sometimes lead to 221G visa refusal, but not all administrative processing lead to visa refusal. For example, when you undergo a visa interview, the consular officer might see some reason for them to conduct additional check within the embassy with maybe the supervisor because of the answer that you gave. And what they tell you, go with your passport, and after some hours we will call you back to send the passport back after they have finished with some further checkups. So sometimes it may take some few minutes or some few hours just within the embassy checking and reviewing your documents. This is also administrative processing. While at other times, they might require you to leave the passports behind as they are doing further check or administrative processing. And in so doing, they will issue a document to specify the reason for the refusal. That is the 221G visa refusal. So, and it may take some time, maybe a week or two, or even months. And then it continues to say, if additional information or document is provided and the visa officer is satisfied with the review, the visa application can still be approved even after administrative processing has occurred. Overall, it is essential to understand that administrative processing and the 221G visa refusal are related, but they are not the same. They are not interchangeable terms. And the other aspect still under the introduction, does the 221G visa refusal apply to non-immigrant visa as well? Remember, we have two categories, and the DV lottery visa is an immigrant visa. But we have other type of visas that are meant for the temporary visit, maybe for the reason of business or visit or student or any other, just temporary. Do the 221G visa refusal also apply to these temporary visas? The answer is yes. The 221G applies for both immigrant and non-immigrant visas. Both of you can be refused, and you can be refused under this 221G visa refusal. So we know that the non-immigrant visa is for the temporary stay in the United States, but the immigrant one is for a permanent stay, like for example, the green card that we get from the diversity visa. And I have explained above that the 221G visa refusal is issued when there is a need for further administrative processing or review of the visa application. And the final decision can only be made after you have met the requirements in the 221G. This document, you will find it on the website in the link under every video that I post. When you visit that website, you'll find this document that you can read through again and understand this concept. Thank you guys for sticking to this video. Remember, just stick around because the next video is now on the white paper that is issued on the 221G visa refusal. What does it entail? And what are you supposed to do once you get issued with this paper? This will be found in the next video. As usual, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's meet in the next video.